go by the name of L.S.F. It's a new idea for me, also known as Lyrical Suspence, and we are here at Handwritten recording studios. We are wrapping up what will be my second album, United We Stand. I started as a walk-in here, you know, just recording certain singles to kind of get my name out there, and then we, you know, progressed into an album. But from the first conversation, Rick made everything comfortable enough to be, you know, who I wanted to be and also accomplish musically what I wanted to accomplish.
So this is the second L.S.F. record I've had the privilege of working on, and I really think what sets this record apart, not only from the first record, but from a lot of the hip hop or rap that I hear or work on, is really just Spencer's attention to detail. And it pushes me as the engineer of the record, it pushes the record in general when you have somebody that's locked into the small details of a record.
I've been involved with music for a long time. I mean, I started as just a drummer, and that grew into also writing lyrics at the same time, and I was in a band for a while, and then that just didn't work out. But I've always written on my own. I've always, even when I was, before even band and when I was younger, like early 20s, late teens, I was doing open mics and, you know, just doing like poetry. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think to become like a hip hop artist, right? I just put words on a page, and I had to have a way to put it out there, and that was my way. That has become what is known as Lyrical Suspence to many. L.S.F. is coming to you, and new and improved. I will always be Lyrical Suspence, hence the name Lyrical Suspence forever. So United We Stand is entirely engineered and produced by Rick Riggs, again, as he did on the first album. This album is 12 tracks. We've been working on this for a while. After the first album, we definitely wanted to do something more organic, something that was a little bit more music-based.
You know, when you're fortunate enough to make a second record with somebody, you really, you know, what used to take you 2 minutes takes you 1 minute. You know, you start to hear things through the same ears. You start to filter things through the same mental space. So it's really amazing to get to work on this record, having one behind us, because it's a faster process. It's a more organic process. It's you share a set of vocabulary, you share a set of ideas, you share a set of inside jokes, and it's crazy. You know, you really do. This process really takes strangers to really close friends, and in a really short amount of time.
My first album, Verbally Abusive, we kind of attacked each song as its own production value. We tried to attack a different aspect of hip-hop, rap. This time we wanted to just make an album that anyone can listen to, and you know, we took our time with it, but it still sounds, you know, live, and you know, just the amount of instruments that we brought in, and you know, and incorporate into this project.
This is a musician's record. You know, style is irrelevant. That if you're a musician or if you're an artist, you'll appreciate the amount of time that's spent into crafting this sonically. Not just what Spencer is doing with lyrics and phrasing, but Spencer with his drummer's ear is so tuned into what is on beat, what is off beat. It's irritating as an engineer, but it is, as a musician, you really appreciate there is no detail too small for an L.S.F. record. We always have a running joke that, you know, Spencer is always the 51 and I am always the 49 because these are his records. So I like to think it's Spencer's really nice way of telling me to shut the f up is him yelling 51-49. So it's pretty diplomatic way of taking it on.
It's always weird, you know, releasing, you know, something finally, because you've had, you know, a project to your chest so long, and then it's out there, and you kind of, even as an artist, I feel like you kind of displace yourself from the release. And I did that a little bit on my first album, because my first album took longer. You know, it was probably the span of 2 years. So this one, just being over a year, you know, we cut the time in half, but still have way more content and just such more sophisticated, you know, musicality to each track. Each track is thought out to lead into the next one.
Spencer always has the whole record in his sights, and that's a really difficult thing to do. You know, when you're making a record and you're in the details of each song, in each minute, in each second, you know, you can get lost in those details. And Spencer has the ability to see those small details, but also see the big record, see the record unfolding, you know, from a really close stance to it. And I feel like that's a really admirable quality of an artist, to see the full record while you're seeing each track come together. And I think that's really apparent on this record.
You know, everything is united, and the theme of it is not so much beating your chest or being, you know, just, you know, letting go of, you know, some whatever frustrations that you may have as a listener and for me as an artist, but, you know, enjoying music that accomplishes that, but just being smarter about it and, you know, being a little bit more mature about it. And I'm, again, looking forward to just everyone hearing each track. Again, I feel like I've held on to these songs for so long, I just want them out there. So I hope you enjoy it. You know, he did everything that I ever thought the album could be, and he...
You want to cut or something?
Yeah, we can cut.
Oh, this car. I forgot to put a new card in there.
So unprofessional. That's okay. I need some more beer.